the alarms went off and they started to swarm. Now, the lieutenant knew her job and she did it well. She held her ground. She held them back for however long she could. And when it was time to move, she screamed for help. But nah, Mitchell was a pussy. He was in the car and he watched her get dragged. He left her. I told you these guys don't like each other. Anyways, back in the apartment, the room was clear. The captain had his kid. Laura was so happy. She asked her questions. Are you okay? Are you bit? And apparently she was. She was okay though. It was pretty obvious it was okay. Regardless, the captain wanted it covered. Anna, cover your arm. Now. Sadly, it was already too late. He was there. No need. No mercy. He put a bullet in the little girl's brain in front of her parents. It was done. The car's downstairs. Mitchell found one. Helen didn't make it. I'll be waiting. The captain was there with his girl, mourning the death of his kid. He should have realized at that moment he caused this. If he didn't put one of his boys down like a dog, this wouldn't have happened. When he was done, he set that place on fire, went downstairs, hopped in the car, and they just drove off. This mission was a complete failure, and now they had nowhere to go. They needed directions. They asked the captain, but he wasn't there. He was focused on his girl. She was mourning, and worst of all, there was a bus blocking their path. They needed to get out and make it clear. So the captain and Ronnie went, but they knew this was never going to turn out correctly. Both of them thought they did the right thing. One person was not going to return. Mitchell and Laura were in the car waiting, and the swarm started to appear. And then he came. The captain was there, but there was no Ronnie. He hopped in and told Mitchell to drive. Mitchell was wondering, where's Ronnie? But he said he's not coming. He didn't make it. So they drove, and they drove, heading straight for the military base, knowing full well it was on level 1. They were going to get shot at. But funny enough, they weren't getting shot at. Why? What's wrong? They came in hot, and as soon as they parked, they got out and introduced themselves. They got treatment quickly. I mean, this was weird, right? They were meant to be quarantined, but they weren't. Laura, still silent, was trying to get treatment. Nobody could talk to her. And Mitchell, well, he was just hungry. After the events of this past few days, the captain thought of no food. And suddenly, from the corner of a room, he heard Laura scream, "Leave me alone." So he went there to help. "Leave her. I'll talk to her." And when the nurse